All right, here's a shot of the building, the big sign that greets you as you are about to enter the doorways. But before we do that, just a couple of views of some of the things in the windows here at the Evel Knievel Daredevil Museum in Ontario, Canada. And I'm just gonna turn around, show you more things here in the window on the left side. And here's the sign. So here on the other side of the building, it advertises TV's That's Incredible exhibit and some Harley Davidson memorabilia. Before we go in, I just could not pass up the opportunity to take a video of this cool mural on the back of the building.
This motorcycle was built for Evel by his two sons, Robbie, and he's we bought this. Evel died in 2006, and this was built for him in his birthday in 2006, prior to his death, of course. And there's a picture of Evel when he first got it for his birthday.
Oh yeah.
And he signed the top of the bike, and that's a bill of sale from the Knievels to us when we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie and Kelly had this bike built for their father. Apparently it's 133 cubic inch. That one there is the only 4-engine Harley
this one over here
in the world. I think we've
mm-hmm.
But the rims are cut Louis Vuitton.
Can you explain what that is again?
And if you bought it, you get all the purses with it. I gotta get out there a second.
Yeah.
That's
That's a Louis Vuitton Evel Knievel bike. Okay.
California custom cycle. And this is a 99 Indian. It's when Indian first started remaking the Indian. Evel got one of the first ones, and California Custom Cycle made this for him. He drove this for Daredevil days in Butte, Montana from 99 to 2006, the year he died. And then Robbie drove it from when his dad died. From that year to 2014 was the last Daredevil, and they raffled this bike off. And there's the private detective and her husband from Butte, Montana. They won the bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's some more memorabilia, action figure, and just floor to ceiling. You have memorabilia and other motorcycle related things. Here are some more items, including Sylvester Stallone's bike, I am told, and some more paraphernalia and memorabilia here in this room. Inside the collection are several shrunken heads as well as a crystal skull. You can read more about there. Here's some, looks like some Egyptian idols down here. And then here we see more jackets and photos and memorabilia. Looks like this is several cases of Native American artifacts here. Some more memorabilia and hats. Don't miss the big head on the wall. And then over here, that must be the only Walter Wadlow, the world's tallest man. At least he was at one point, according to Guinness Book of World Records. Here is a helmet and other items associated with Robbie Knievel. Being in Niagara Falls, here's a little bit about Annie Edson Taylor, who was the very first woman to go over the falls in a barrel and survive. You can pause that and read this. And I'm just gonna sort of pan around and show you some of the other items here in this collection. Kind of a little bit of everything, really. Here's some more artifacts, some motorcycles in one of the rooms. And even more motorcycles and pictures, just room after room of memorabilia. It's very impressive, very, very impressive. Here's some sort of artwork focusing on the Three Stooges, Curly, Moe, Larry. Just some more items here and some shadow box windows as we make our way to the second floor. Here's some more things about people going over barrels in Niagara Falls. Okay, now we're upstairs. Here's some Oriental art. And over here, more memorabilia having to do with Niagara Falls. More skulls and more shrunken heads. Here's a spotlight on some boxers, different autograph pictures and game-worn gloves. It looks like some of these here. Let's go in closer. One's autographed by Willie Pep, who I've heard of, and looks like some canceled checks signed by the Raging Bull himself, Jake LaMotta. Here's some ancient bones and more about bones, bone fragments found throughout the world. Here's a showcase dedicated to the Edison phonograph and different early music players here. Here's a copy of the Gutenberg Bible and items having to do with the Titanic. And then over here, we have some more things from around the world. Here's a showcase containing some Hollywood artifacts. This is pretty cool. This is like a Dan Aykroyd guitar. And there's more information on the Blues Brothers up there. There's another movie poster. It's kind of hard to see. That's Nothing But Trouble. And then here's a Conehead mask and some VHS tapes and some more photographs and memorabilia. This is pretty cool. This kind of focuses on Hollywood creatures, but also like gambling, poker, old poker chips, a little magician here, it looks like. Another little magician there on the right. Here we have Elvis Presley's guitar. This well-used and still playable guitar was given by Elvis to a Canadian waitress as a gift for her young son during the King's visit to Canada. And there's the guitar itself. Here's a guitar used, or maybe custom made by Evel Knievel for him. Here's a guitar. You can read a little more about that, custom made for him. Even more Evel Knievel memorabilia, including Evel Knievel personal gifts, custom made. Looks like some cigars with his name on it. Here's some bikes and some posters, and now we're looking at another cycle here, Robbie Knievel's cycle. So take a closer look here. All right, here we go. Here's another uniform and a bike, and tons more pictures and information here. And here's just another view. This looks like on the left a drive-in theater speaker, and there's an Evel Knievel helmet. The displays just go on and on and on. Different cases with all kinds of cool stuff to look at. Here's some autographs, pictures, and of course the famous photo of Richard Nixon and Elvis Presley meeting in the White House. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single video.